Hello, it's Luigers again, and with some news from the Borderlands pre-sequel. So they finally revealed the Claptraps action skill. If you haven't seen the video yet, go right now, watch the video, and come back here, and let's take a bit closer look on what the fuck just happened in the video, because it was very fast-paced and you really couldn't catch a lot unless you paused the video a lot. So let's jump right into it, because the video possibly raised more questions than it actually answered to questions that we already had. So the action skill is called VaultHunter.x and it runs this small animation on the screen where it says running VaultHunter.x and analyzing. So it's being confirmed that when you trigger your action skill, that it analyzes your situation. Are you with a party member, or are you playing alone? Are you facing a boss or a badass, minions? We have no idea how many different factors there are, but there's a bunch of factors that decide on kind of which action skill you use. We know that it has at least 8 variants of action skill, which is totally new to the series, and you know, everyone probably thought that the Claptraps action skill is going to be weird as fuck, but nobody expected it to be this weird. But yeah, they really made it weird as fuck, which can lead to a situation that when you try to use your action skill, you can't kind of rely on it, because it has so many different variants, and maybe you like 1 or 2 that are really good, and then there's a couple of that ain't good at all, and you tend to get those that you don't like or ain't suitable for the situation, in your opinion. So we'll kind of have to see how it plays out, but that's the basics of it. So it's kind of mimicking the different action skills or overall skills, not necessarily action skills, of all the characters that have been on the Borderlands genre, and even some characters that are coming in the pre-sequel. So the first one was the Torg Fiesta, which apparently just shits grenades everywhere, and we don't know, does it have any other thing going for it than just showing up grenades in every direction and probably not consuming any that you kind of have, that you can then throw grenades as you normally would. But it has been also confirmed that these grenades do damage your party members. They probably won't damage you, but if you have a buddy who's playing with you on co-op, you can kill him with your Torg Fiesta, which can be very, very annoying. And then we have the first mimic. We have the Fun Zerker, and it's probably going to play exactly like the gun zerking in Borderlands 2. The Claptrap even has the Salvador's hair on top of him while fun zerking, I guess. And also we have a laser inferno, which summons a disco ball on top of Claptrap and probably shoots some kind of damaging lasers on all directions, which is, yeah, well, I guess we had it coming with the Claptraps dubstep thingies and all sorts of dancing. Yeah. Then we have the shh Claptrap, and on the image it has the Zero's helm or whatever, something like that, and the Claptrap does not seem to have any kind of blade or anything, but some people think that it might be just some kind of cloaking thing, maybe, but I'm quite sure there has to be some kind of damage to it, so that you can either make a shot with a boosted damage or a melee attack with a boosted damage. Probably, we don't know, it remains to be seen. Then we have the one-shot wonder, which is probably going to be the Nisha's action skill, so that you don't have to aim, so basically get an aim assist, or it might give buffs to pistols or something, we don't know. Maybe Jacob's guns, but I wouldn't think, that your action skill can be tied to a certain type of weapon. It would be kinda silly, unless it would, draw a pistol that you wouldn't have in your inventory, that there would be action skill based weapon, which could very much be possible. And then we have the rubber duck, or rubber ducky. I have no fucking idea what that will do. In the video it kinda seems like as the Claptraps kind of floating around, but yeah, I guess you could kind of think of it as a jetpack if it does float, but yeah, I don't know, this is just speculation, but this is so fucking random shit right here. Moving on to the I don't know even what the hell that is, but the Claptrap transforms into a pirate ship or some kind, having 4 cannons and a mass and a pirate hat. It's just fucking ridiculous. But we can also see, while using these cannons, that you can use also your equipped weapon. In this very short clip we can see the Clappy shooting with some SMG while having those cannons up. And earlier we can see that the cannons fire some kind of gigantic cannonballs, and we don't know, is it a random Borderlands shit that can it shoot cannonballs and TDR weapons, or is it just that the Clappy was using a TDR gun and then throwed it or kind of reload it? But yeah, we will see. It would be kinda very dark humor that there's a cannon that shoots guns that explode. Yeah. The last one that's been shown us on the video is the Siren ability, and this wasn't the action skill, but it was, I think, the Lilith's capstone that just set people on fire whenever you hit them or something like that. Can't quite remember, but this probably adds something like that as a Claptrap's action skill. We have no idea, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if there would be even more variation that we don't know yet. But I'm quite sure that the skill trees are going to affect how this works, that maybe they're going to block out something, and probably not block out, but at least add more skills, and maybe you can kind of favor some of them, because there's quite certainly going to be some of them that are a lot better. For instance, the rubber duck ain't going to be so good unless there's some kind of troll that it seems very, very stupid and also something like that. But in reality, it just does something crazy. We don't know, but I'm quite sure that it's going to be useless, mostly. And the Torque Fiesta, it just, yeah, if you're in the middle of people and you have it, so yeah, why the fuck not? You're just going to blast everyone. But if you're in the middle of friends, well, that might be a different matter. And you know, we don't know, of course, but it would seem like the gunzerking, the pirate ship, and probably the what was the name? One Shot Wonder thingy, where you have this Wild West hat and a revolver. They probably are the best that we know, at least when it comes to damage dealing. Of course, any of these can be really good or really bad. I have no idea. This trailer really didn't give a lot of info. It just showed us something, and we can't say anything for granted except that there's very big variation on Claptrap's action skills, and it's going to be randomized. I think it was confirmed that it's not going to. It was confirmed that it's not that you choose what skill you have. It's going to be randomly chosen with some factors on it. We have no idea of the factors, but it has been confirmed that it's kind of automatically scans the surroundings if there's are big enemies or not enemies at all, or I have no idea, but it's going to affect how the skill works, which is going to be really, really interesting to see how it actually works. And what is going to happen if there's no enemies at all? Maybe then the rubber duck and all sorts of that kind of stuff happens. Maybe you turn into a healer or something. I have no idea. There's like a boss around. When you activate it, there's a bunch of stuff. Probably are at least some of the factors that the action skill is going to take into account when deciding on what skill you're going to have. And we can see that when you put the action skill on, there's like a couple of seconds of delay when it says the running vaulthunter.x and analyzing. There's a couple of second delay, and then it brings the Torque Fiesta. So I believe that's kind of really what it does. It kind of analyzes a couple of seconds of your surroundings and then picks something. So it's not, I think it's good so that it's not entirely randomized, because it could fuck yourself over in a tight spot. But I think this character is going to be quite troll, so that you're going to have really odd moments playing as Clappy, and it might not be the best choice of characters, but it at least will be the most, I mean, maybe, I don't know, most entertaining, but at least most what the fuck is just going on right here character, which is probably fun, I guess. Probably not the character to play on co-op. I have no idea, but you know, as it is very unpredictable, so it might not be the best on co-op. But we don't know, maybe it can also give a lot of buffs, and we have no idea about the skill trees at all. It can be very co-op friendly from the skill trees, but the action skill, nah. But for instance, the Maya, we have no idea of how it will play, even though we knew that she had the face lock. But for instance, we didn't know that the face lock can instantly revive fallen team members. But yeah, looking forward to this character with ever-growing interest. The skill trees are probably also mimicking some skills that other characters have. Of course, you know, all the characters, well, not with not every skill, but quite many of them are similar to other character skills. You know, there's like, of course, like damage boost, reload boost, and stuff like that everyone basically has. But for instance, the Nisha had the some skills that they were in Borderlands 2, like the chance to ricochet bullets and stuff like that. So I'm quite sure there's going to be a lot of mimicking in the skill trees as well, but that remains to be seen. What is, I think it's not, I haven't at least seen that it would have been confirmed, but there's interesting to see if the Claptrap will require oxygen because it's a fucking robot. But I understand that he has the meter, the oxygen meter, because it uses it for the slams and all that stuff. But I'm quite sure that it won't, you know, passively drain it. That the Claptrap does not need oxygen, but it still kinda needs it for these boosts and stuff, all that kind of stuff. But the developers said that, you know, the amount of oxygen, the oxygen meter is there just because so that you can't spam these abilities over and over and over again, because it would be too overpowered. So yeah, it's probably not going to be a big game changer. But yeah, Claptraps action skill. What I'm actually keen to know is that how well are you going to be able to visually customize your character? Because, you know, the Claptrap seems like a character that every single time you have a action skill going on, it has very big chance of adding something to your character model. So, because I personally love to have a Claptrap that has like a black smock painting and maybe some kind of pipe or cigar or some top hat and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, maybe you can. It would be very, very funny in my opinion. But I think we'll see in the near future, as there's only, depending on your region, less, or it's like a couple of days less or a couple of days more than 2 months until you can already play this game. Man, time goes fast, yes. But until the next video, I bid you farewell. Please put thumbs up on this video if you liked it. Go check my other videos about the actions, about the skill trees and action skills of Wilhelm, Nisha, and I hope I see you in the next video.